guys, what is up? This is Ben Foggins Media Corner, and welcome back to yet another movie review, aka After I Saw. And today, I'm going to be talking about the 2020 drama known as Nomadland. Finally, I wanted to see this movie, and yeah, I did see it, and I can't wait to give you guys my view on this movie. So here we go. So, Nomadland. This was directed by Chloé Zhao, and this is based off the non-fiction book called Nomadland: Surviving America in the 21st Century. And this follows a woman named Fern, who is in her 60s, and she's played by Frances McDormand. And basically what happens is she has apparently lost her husband, and as well as lost her job. And basically she's kind of like to herself, screw the world. And she basically starts to go on this journey in the American West where she starts to live in caravan sightings, and so she lives in a caravan of her own and starts to experience like what it's like to live in a caravan along with other nomads who are the exact same position like her as well. So that's pretty much the story of Nomadland. So for going into Nomadland, I heard brief things about this at first, but as soon as more reviews came about to this, I was like, I gotta check this out because of what people have been saying about it. Because, you know, having Frances McDormand, which she is one of the best actresses ever. She is definitely one of the best actresses ever, along with other actresses who are considered the best along with her. And of course, she is a 3-time Oscar winner, which that's a new record because we've had like other Oscar winners who've broke that kind of record, winning 3 awards, but in some different categories of sorts. Like say for main role or supporting role, and that's what she did here. And I wasn't familiar with the story at first. I thought this is like based on a true story, but as soon as it started rolling, I was like, oh right, this is based on a true story. And I didn't realize this was based off a book, which I've never read, but I wanted to check this out because of what people have been saying about this on YouTube. A few of my friends have seen this movie, like Matthew Davis Media, he's seen the movie, and a few of other my friends. Few said they liked it, and then there was a small few who didn't like it as much. So I wanted to give this a go because, again, you know, I wanted to see a lot more films that came out last year that unfortunately we didn't get a lot in the UK from. It is a bit different from like the US wise because of like some movies that were released in the US, and then there was a few that had to be released like this year in the UK because of the pandemic. And this was one of them, along with some other ones I did see at home this year. Like I did see like Minari, Promising Young Woman and all that, and The Father. So I finally watched this movie. I watched this on Disney Plus Star this morning, which just came out today on Disney Plus. And all I gotta say is I absolutely loved Nomadland. This movie was absolutely wonderful. I absolutely adored it. It's such a fantastic movie. It's a beautiful film because from what I love is the cinematography and the direction by Chloé Zhao. The direction and cinematography for this movie is beautiful. For like the caravan sighting area, like the location shooting where we see the caravan sightings and other areas of the American West, like we do see a bit other like areas instead of like just the caravan sightings, which I thought they just delivered it so well. From the use of color, like for the sunset shots, I just absolutely love that. It just looks like if you were taking a photograph of sorts, like if you're a photographer, and it just feels like that on screen for me when I was watching it. And Chloé Zhao, I thought she absolutely nailed it for direction here. And of course, for the main performance by Frances McDormand, of course, she is excellent here. She absolutely delivered a damn good performance here, and of course I think she obviously definitely deserved a Best Actress award again, since her awards from other previous roles she's won Oscars for, which were Fargo, which is one of my all-time favorite movies, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which I've not seen that, but I really want to see that movie because of what people have been saying about that movie. As well as a few of my friends who have seen it before. But yeah, I think this is probably one of the best roles she's been given since the 2020s decade so far. And I'm not sure which is my favorite role she's done for Oscar winning performances, but this is definitely one of them though. But I just don't know where I'll put this on my list of like the top 3. For if I was doing a top 3 best Frances McDormand Oscar winning performances, I just don't know how I'll put it, but because I really need to see Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri at some point. But here again, she was excellent here in this movie. And for other performances in the film, which some of the actors are mostly like people who actually did live in the caravan sightings, along with Frances McDormand's character Fern. I thought these non-actors, they all did really good performances. Yeah, everyone all delivered great performances, but of course the best of all of them is of course Frances McDormand here. And her story, it's a really fascinating story. It's just like a new journey of sorts that she's following, and how to express something new that she started to live as, which I really love that story. It's just like if you're about to live, like say if you lived in your home for your entire life and you're just about to leave and you want to live, like say if you want to live in the caravan like she did in the movie, or live in a hotel, or live anywhere really at all. It's just a really fascinating story, and from when we see her start to learn more about like the journey she's facing, it becomes a really more fascinating to watch. Because again, for the characterization of Frances McDormand's character Fern, it makes the movie a lot more interesting. And again, I just love how the story was played out on screen for seeing when we do follow the character of Fern. Even though the movie, it didn't feel a bit loud enough. Even it felt a bit of a quiet film, because it's kind of like a quiet film of sorts, where it's set in like one area that's a bit quiet. But still, though, I had a wonderful time watching Nomadland. It is definitely one of my favorite movies of 2020, and I will probably be doing a video of doing the top 10 best films of 2020, as well as probably do the worst of 2020. And but if you're a fan of Frances McDormand, I really recommend this film. Or if you've heard of Chloé Zhao before, I've never heard of her, but I started to learn more about her name after what people have been saying about this movie, and I like to check out a couple more of her films since she's gone big ever since with this film. So I need to check out a couple more. But if you're a fan of Frances McDormand, or if you're a fan of the director Chloé Zhao, or if you're a fan of movies about like journeys of sorts, that like new journeys about about the way people live, I really recommend this one. So I'm gonna give Nomadland a 5 out of 5. Perfect score. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my review of Nomadland. And if you've already seen the movie, like if for the US, if you've already seen this movie, let me know what you think of this film. Did you absolutely loved it, or did you hate this one? But for the UK, it came out today on Disney Plus Star. It's streaming on Disney Plus for those who have Disney Plus. But if you've seen this movie already today, let me know what you think of it. Do you love this, or do you hate this? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next AK After I Saw review, which is going to be on The Mitchells vs. the Machines, which I think I might be doing that a bit late. I'm not entirely sure, but who knows? But I might do that one next or something else. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll just but you'll see for what I'll upload next after this video. So as always, this has been Foggins Media Corner signing off.